Stacey and Jace, East Coast Radio.
The year was 2002.
It's just the other day.
And I swear to you, Stacey, it feels like the other day. I had because I think I was 10 years old at the time. I was in grade 4. I had dreams with Terusha. That's her name.
The way that we use this woman's government name.
No, but it's not. It used to be Denisha. That was when I got to like higher level. You know, maybe grade 10 ganji. But then when I was young, and it was Terusha. Hey, I had plans with this girl.
Did she know?
No, she didn't know.
Okay,
she didn't need to know. I had plans, but we had plans. You understand?
And now we all know what the plans are.
Yeah, man, we had plans to get married and have kids and live the best life. Because of the song, because of the song, it just always reminded me of her, and whenever the song played on the radio, I was like, yeah, my plans are coming together.
Powered by LL Cool J.
All I had.
One day, I'm going to get you, babes, one day.
One day we're going to get married, but it never happened.
Well, speaking of getting married, Miles is our confession person today, and this is the wildest thing I've ever heard in my life, so here we go.
Confessions.
It's East Coast Radio KZN's number one hit music station, by the way.
Yes, guys. Miles is, to quote the kids, on one. So Miles is concerned because his wife has, by his explanation, changed. She's no longer as laid back and as chilled out as she was before they got married. So now they've gotten married, and now she's become whatever the inverse is of laid back. He doesn't describe that. He then goes on to say, though, that he's sensing that this might be a situation because this is what happened with his ex-wife.
Wow.
So, quick math, common denominator. And also, I don't understand why people are like, you've changed. Like, change is a bad thing. Change is inevitable. Evolution is important.
Yeah.
And if you get married, if you're a young couple who get married, there's no way you can be the same person at 35 that you were at 25.
Yeah, so, listen, I can definitely say that there are a couple of things that should not change. The reason why you guys got married, your commitment, and wanting to be together for the rest of your lives. But as individuals in the relationship, yes, Stacey, you are right. Your interests change. The way that you look at the world changes.
Your body changes. Your hairline changes.
100%. So change becomes an important thing for us to embrace as human beings. I get it, this guy maybe has a problem with the tightness of maybe he can't go out late at night.
Or maybe the actual issue here is that Miles hasn't changed.
Oh, yeah.
And Miles is still the same OG Miles. What did that song with LL Cool J?
Trippin'.
And now he's like, ooh, yikes. So KZN, in this hour, you and or your partner, anybody changed post-marriage? Just trying to balance it out for poor Miles. On 061-792-9495.
So I got a partner who's just come out of one of those relationships, and things are going very well, and we aren't married. So maybe marriage isn't for all of us. So hey, who knows what the future holds. We might not need to get married.
Stacey and Jace, East Coast Radio.
Stacey's jamming, you like it, don't you?
Well, I mean, Lauren Hill is right. Come again, and that's to Miles, because Miles has lost the plot today.
Do What Thing on East Coast Radio. Just before this one, Lewis Capaldi, Strangers on East Coast Radio. Stacey and Jace will hang out with you till 6 p.m. Today is a Wednesday, and every Wednesday we dabble into something we love to call confessions, where other people's problems are dissected and hopefully a solution comes out. But it seems quite obvious that today's confession is just he's the problem. The guy's the problem.
And how?
Yeah.
Confessions.
All right, so Miles has just confessed that his wife just changed up on him. She's no longer laid back. She's no longer easygoing post getting married. And the weirdest thing is that his first wife, the same thing happened, and he doesn't understand what's going on here.
You are the problem.
No, well, see, Miles would never get to that conclusion. So just to kind of assist Miles in, I understand God helps those who help themselves, but he has not come here, so we must not help him. Has your partner changed since you gotten married? Have you changed? Good, bad? We're just trying to get a read because maybe there's more than one Miles in the world, and if that is the case, we have far bigger problems. I believe that Celeste is on the line.
Yes, welcome. How you doing?
I'm fine. You guys?
Hey, man, we good. Your relationship, good or bad? Has there been any change between you and your partner ever since you got married? Talk to us.
Yeah, fairly good. They do tend to think that once they get married, that their wives become their mothers.
Oh, I've heard that before. Like, now you need to take care of me in all sorts of ways.
I felt it. She said it.
Which is a bad trait, really. You know what? You know what, Celeste, right?
Yeah.
I want to say this is the mother's fault. Because the mothers raise us to believe that when you take on a woman as someone now who's officially part of your life forever, that their role becomes to nurture you like a mother.
That is incorrect.
Which is incorrect. I'm telling you now, like my mom taught me the same thing. I had to grow and learn that actually no, her job is not to just nurture me. Her job is to nurture us, and my job
and
is herself,
so,
and vice versa.
I mean, look, Celeste, I feel like you and I over a nice Pinot Gris, we could really unpack this, you and I. You know what I mean? But
absolutely, girl.
But I find this whole premise to be so ridiculous. Like, we were chatting about this off air, and I said I think that maybe the inverse here is that maybe I've had a couple of girlfriends who have gotten married and then thought that once you were married, that this man would mystically become the husband you want him to be. And it was like, yeah, but he wasn't the boyfriend you wanted him to be.
Yeah.
So you can't change people, but also people change at their own pace and they grow and they evolve at their own pace. So this, I mean, it really is like we're shooting in the dark here.
Yeah.
You know, like but I mean, Celeste, like what is Miles do? Do you think Miles maybe needs to find a therapist? Because that's my suggestion.
Yes, I agree, 100%.
And stop marrying people, Miles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get up off the floor.
Thank you so much, Celeste. Have yourself a nice one.
Celeste, you and me. Pinot Gris.
Yeah, absolutely. Just name the place and the time.
That's my goal. Celeste and I are going to write a book after this.
Also, another interesting one, Stacey, off the back of what you were just saying. It's like this idea that a man can be changed by a woman, and sometimes marriage is
a tool
to change a man.
I'm sure that there are people in the car listening now, still at the office going, people think the same thing about having a child as well.
Yes.
It's like marriage, children. You can't band-aid the situation. So Miles is obviously like on another plane, very befuddled by why his now 2 wives have changed. Married, maybe they're just tired of you, Miles. So KZN, in this hour, did you change after you got married? And I don't mean in the I've evolved as a person kind of way. I mean, like, did you suddenly wake up one day and go, you know what, now that I'm married, I can fully fulfill my menacing ways?
Yes.
Or now I can be fully actualized as a person, good or bad, or maybe your partner. Like, weigh in. We're curious at this point.
Hi, Stacey and Joyce. It is Mandy from PMB. I'm very fortunate. My husband is the same person. He didn't change his personality or anything after we got married.
Stacey and Jace, East Coast Radio.
Styles in the gang. Kidding.
No, man, don't do that.
One Direction, what makes you beautiful. Back to back with Mother, Beyonce, Texas Hold'em on East Coast Radio. We're trying to hold Miles' marriage together. Miles is our confessor today on Confessions, perplexed by the fact that his second wife married, and now she's just not chilled out anymore. She's not laid back. She's not easygoing. Spoke to Celeste earlier, who suggested that maybe
one guy needs to see a therapist.
Miles is the problem.
Yeah, so we know that Miles is the problem, and out of it we're asking you to chime in. Perhaps maybe you relate to Miles. Good or bad, has your partner changed after marriage? Send those voice notes to 0617929495.
Hey, Stacey and Jespo, it's Ezra here. My partner has changed, and yes, we have kids now, and yes, we have a house, and yes, we have financial stress, but I wouldn't find anyone else that will take so much of my nonsense and still be with me and still love me the same.
Hi guys. I guess once you get married, things have to change because commitment changes. So when you were dating, you just see the person and you go home.
Hi guys. Marriage is a problem. You can never date somebody even for 5 years and still be the same, let alone being married to somebody. A lot of things come, and growing up means people are going to change.
Stacey and Jay Spoo, it's Andres from the Bluff. People, of course, do change after they get married. Things happen to you. If you're a woman, you give birth to children, and maybe some people don't change together, or they don't change as much as what they should have, and then one feels left behind and the other then has a problem with it.
Stacey and Jace, East Coast Radio.
Imagine your partner not changing. Just imagine your partner not changing.
No, but
Still
also
the same.
Imagine if you were exactly the same. Just never
that.
altered by anything that happened.
Imagine that.
Wiki wild.
Nah, a moment of silence. Imagine that. Aye, Sura.
Stacey and Jace Boo. Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. East Coast Radio.